Welcome to day 2 in our fall look week of webisodes, and we seem to be on a cutting die frenzy. We have 2 new cutting dies from hot off the press.
Angel is just one large cutting die, which you see it, and Dove with Peace is 4 cutting dies in one set.
Wait till you see what the design team has done. Come play with us. And here they are. Now, I know this looks just like a big purple block, doesn't it?
But this is what it looks like. Here, I'll just set that on top of there. It is 3 3/4 by 4 5/8. Nice, big, beautiful block, and it's so gorgeous.
Yes, and of course, since these are hot off the press, you will get an idea on the back, but we're going to show you even more ideas today. And then the Dove with Peace, as Gail said, has 4 pieces in it.
Right, so 2 kind of big swirls, and then the word peace and dove, and of course it's backwards from what it will look like.
And a project on the back using, this is the 3D frame card, which is just beautiful. We're going to start with our angel, and here is the very first view of her. And isn't she gorgeous?
Absolutely beautiful, and I love that in gold. And it sort of tricked us there that we thought that was gold paper, but it's actually embossing powder on top of white cardstock.
Which I always think is just magic that works.
So go ahead and cut it out of white cardstock. Take your Versamark pad, and you're going to go right on top of it, all over it, cover it with Versamark ink. Sprinkle it with Wow superfine gold embossing powder, and then just heat set it with the heat gun, and you get that beautiful, gorgeous gold.
Isn't that pretty? And that's being used on the new Christmas Wonder papers. Also, that edge is the tiny
the
line.
Gold thin line dazzles.
Right, so you get 63 in a package, but you can see just what a nice finishing touch it offers.
Right, I also like that the star part of the die cut has been backed with a patterned paper, a different
it's this lighter one. Right.
So you can really see that. You know, there's another way to get that gold. If you don't want to go through the process of the embossing powder, you can try the hammered gold paper. So this is just hammered gold specialty paper. It was die cut using that same cutting die, so you can see that gold finish. But I also went to just a little bit of extra work to remove some of the outer frame. If I set that right on top of this one, you can see what I removed. So let me set that in place.
And Gail was telling me that Debbie did this technique in a project for a magazine.
Right, so just cutting out that outer frame in just a few little places, and the word rejoice, and you can actually save that word and use that on your card somewhere.
Nice.
So now you've got the gold, which is what's just stick on there. There we go, and the rejoice separately. I thought that was a great idea.
I think it is too. Going to the inside of the card, I forgot to show you, taking that star and using it separately, so you can see that it was cut out and turned the opposite way. So there it is.
Another great idea.
And Noel is coming from our set of dazzles, so we'll
Those are
show
the Christmas greetings dazzles. I don't know. Check the gallery to get the right one.
Now, for a very different look, here is our angel. Now, I was surprised because she has been cut out of navy suede. Now, this is probably looking black on your computer, but it truly is a navy. It's just that the camera plays with the color because it's such a saturated color.
Right. So she got the navy suede. She backed the star on gold metallic. So you just got paper just on that star area. You glue that in place and then cut around the edges underneath there just to get that gold. And then she backed it with something just gorgeous.
Right, these are the colored glitter adhesive sheets. So I'm just going to pull this off and show you.
It's got adhesive backing on there, and it's actually a see-through.
Right, it's like our clear ones, but these are in some colors. And you might look at this and go, you know, gee, that looks like Easter. It doesn't look like Christmas. Well, look again.
Look at that, because you can put it over a pattern paper and it takes on the hue that's around it, and that's just a gorgeous look.
And what I think is interesting is this is Floral Fantasy paper behind it. Again, not a Christmas paper, but it has the greens in it.
So here is that die cut piece with the gold behind it. You just want to set it on top.
Oh, you're doing it on blue. Pretty.
It is on blue, which is kind of the interesting
really?
thing. It's blue, but because it's translucent, once you put it on there, you're seeing the greens come through. And
okay,
really
that's it. You get to play with it.
That's why she chose the navy suede.
Okay.
So just set it on top of this. Now, we know it's got an adhesive back, but you're going to set it on the top of this. You're going to glue it in place, and we've got just the right kind of glue to use for this.
Yes, this is the specialist glue. It comes from our friends in England. Cosmic Shimmer is the line, Creative Expressions is the company. But what's wonderful about it, it's a very, very good glue, but also this applicator. So you have this needle nose applicator that you're going to snip.
Right.
And then it has this attached lid, which I think is quite brilliant, that's just going to rest on top so that it doesn't dry out. And this is perfect whenever you want to attach any sort of cutting die, especially the intricate ones like this.
Right. So you've got your die cut, and you've got all of those lines. It can be very easily. You put the glue on the back of there. You glue it to the front of the clear glitter adhesive sheet. And once you have that, once you let it dry, then cut around the edges of the die cut. You'll have it backed with that glitter. Then you want to remove the adhesive sheet and place it on the front of your card that's already covered with that patterned paper.
Really, really pretty. And on the inside, this is again out of the Floral Fantasy, and this has become a happy birthday card. So even though our angel is kind of what we think of for Christmas, you can use her in some other ways, and especially now that you've talked about cutting that away.
Right.
So very, very nice. Now we're going to shift from our angel into our dove.
So we've got the dove with peace. Remember, there are 4 cutting dies there.
And I think this is brilliant. Just my opinion. But you can see that we've got the dove. Now that has been cut out of the white snow suede. So you can pet this also. Gives you another opportunity.
It's soft.
But as I open this, look what's happened. This has been completely evacuated, and our dove is there, and it's beautifully done with the suede and the red ripple. So wow.
So all we're using is 1 cutting die. We're only using that dove cutting die, and it starts with the card. Here's the card, and you're just going to put a piece of that snow suede on the front of it. When you go to die cut this, you want to make sure that you open this so that it doesn't cut the inside of the card. There is another way to do this. If you don't have a die cutting machine that will hold the 6.5 inch wide card, you can either cut your card down, or you can place several layers of, let's see, am I saying that right? Several layers of cardstock on the inside so that it won't cut all the way through to the inside. Now, I know
I don't know where you're going.
I know that I've done that. If you put a bunch of layers of cardstock on the, oh no, that's it. That's not it. Oh, you've got your die cutting sandwich.
Cut that out.
You've got your die cutting sandwich, you've got your plates, and you're going to take the back part of your card and wrap it around the back of the plate, and only have
to make
this
it smaller.
front of the card in in between that sandwich. So you're not going to cut the back plate, the back part of your card. There, I think I said it. Anyway, once you do cut that,
you can cut a separate piece.
You're going to open this, you're going to pull this away, and now you've got a window cut right through the snow suede on the front, and you're going to save those pieces, those snow suede pieces, because on the inside of your card, you're going to place that, and then you're going to take those innies and put them right back inside here. You can glue this on the inside of your card, all of those pieces, and that's what you get on the inside.
Right, look at that. So you're just making 2 cuts, one out of the red and one out of the snow.
Right.
And but I love that window. I think it's gorgeous. And just for you, with love. Again, this has been turned into not a Christmas card, but perhaps a birthday card.
Right.
So I think it's gorgeous. I think it's just really, really smart. So yay for our side. And this is using the the card greetings dazzles.
42 card greetings.
Yeah.
It's got that nice long script, and it really makes a statement, those
it
dazzles.
Does. Now we're going to take our piece and use that separately. And we've used it on this card. And this has got just a lot of fun things going on. To begin with, the piece is there.
You've got that, you've got piece. So just using the piece individually, cut out of cardstock, just white cardstock, and then that beautiful banner behind it.
And that banner is done out of the holographic snowflakes, the blue snowflakes and the silver snowflakes both. So you can see how that does a nice job together. And those snowflakes that were done, that is using this template. So snowflakes and stars. And it's also using vellum. So we have our dot vellum.
We do.
Which has been done beautifully. Now those may look intricate and tricky, but
they're so simple.
Good girl.
They are oh so simple. So with the template, it has several different snowflakes, and it's going to tell you the different names. There's sleigh ride, there's snowbird, there's supernova, and they have a picture that shows you what it looks like. And then there are the cutouts here that you can trace that, and then it tells you where to fold. Just follow the instructions. I've got a piece of vellum, and I've got that template. Let me pull this away. I'm going to put it right underneath the one that says beacon. Put it under there. You go ahead and trace through those lines. I think it was better with the white underneath there.
It's a lot of white, isn't it?
If I can, yeah, I don't think I can pick it up.
Here, I have fingernails.
Thank you. Okay. Place that on there, and then you're just going to trace around right through those little cut areas. You go all the way around, and you also trace where it says fold, where it says cut, and then you're going to pay attention to which ones are the cut lines and which ones are the fold lines. And when you're done, you have a piece that looks like this. And I cut around the outer edge where I trace those lines, and I also cut right in where it said to cut next to it. So these are the cut lines, and so I cut right there, I cut there.
Yeah, just follow the pattern.
There. Follow the pattern, do what it says, and then it says to fold, and you start folding right on the fold lines, and you're going to end up folding each one of these little flaps over, and they stack on top of each other. Now each one of these snowflakes are different on that template.
Right, so you're going to get quite a few unique different snowflakes.
So you see that it's created this just by folding pieces over. It's created that look. And the last one, you sort of slip it around, fold it over, and slide it under that last piece. And there you have this beautiful snowflake.
Isn't that fun? Very easy to do. There are 9 different snowflakes on that template, and 3 are actually just 2 of them are used here. So you can see that. We did add some of the new snowflake dazzles. These happen to be in the blue with the silver edge. And then the inside isn't finished, so that's what I'm going to give you.
Or it's a blank card, and it's just beautiful. So write your own sentiment. I love the glitter ribbon at the top too.
That just adds a nice little touch. And this is another place where that specialist glue is going to come in very handy in gluing that piece down, as well as the vellum snowflakes.
So lots of different ways to use 2 cutting dies, and you can get some really beautiful looks.
Now join us tomorrow, and I can almost guarantee you that it will not be cutting dies, but it will be something very fun and very unique.
Stay tuned.